Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to do a demo on doing the bags. Again, the exact same setup, but this time with the red Conte. You'll notice I have a little bit of a tone on my page. What I've done is I worked first with a tone of vine over the whole page, and then I worked the red Conte into it, and then worked that in with my hand, and then worked it in with a paper towel. And this is just to give me kind of an overall starting ground color, something I can erase into to help build my lights. And so now I'm going to begin with the bags. And actually I'm going to, even though this is going to be a red Conte drawing, I am going to begin very lightly to start with vine, even though these vine lines will disappear pretty early on in the drawing, or mostly disappear. When this drawing is completely done, we'll still be able to see, I'll still use the vine a little bit in various parts of the drawing. One of the things you can, with a red Conte drawing, you can use the red Conte and the different types of red Conte to create a description of the change of warm and cool in your drawing. And so that's one of the reasons why there's a certain amount of vine in this initial ground color, and why there's why I'm probably even towards the end of the drawing going to use some content or some vine in the drawing, even at the end stages. One of the things I really like about color drawings that use red Conte but also use a certain amount of vine is that vine charcoal has its own particular color, and that color varies brand to brand, but in general it's slightly on the purplish side, and it creates interesting colors with the different types of red Contes and red pastels that other truly black charcoals don't do. And I think that's kind of interesting. I wonder if on the last drawing, I think I made this distance a little bit too short. I'm wondering on this one whether I made it just a little bit too long. I might have. We're gonna go up just a hair. Then we're gonna end this line maybe just a little bit earlier. These first initial stages of a drawing are, in many ways, the most important time of a drawing. Once again, remember what I said in the last demo, which is think of your paper bags as boxes. If this was a drawing that I was going to be turning in for an assignment, I'd probably take the time to lower the whole thing, because we got a little bit of some compositional awkwardness right here. In fact, actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to lower these bags. It's a good lesson for all of us to learn again and again, which is sometimes things need to be moved. One of the things you might notice is that when you have a tone, and any kind of tone on the page that has a lot of vine charcoal in it, you then have, when you wipe away, it really does wipe almost like you're erasing away. All right. Okay, so we've got our initial stage begun, and I'm going to start to work in with my Conte. I'm going to use my red Conte primarily as a tool where I'm dragging it using the flat side. Remember, there's a cast shadow right here. If we remember from looking at the last drawing, I got that line off. Oh, I probably forgot to lower those two lines when I lowered this. If you remember from the last drawing, I didn't point it out, but I kind of noted in my drawing that this shadow kind of turns a little bit because of the changing contour of the bag itself. So beginning with a tone in your drawing, a beginning ground color, one of the things it does is it provides kind of a certain built-in unity to the system of your whole drawing and to how everything is going to work together. So that when I erase and I get close to the color of the page, the color of the paper, the newsprint that I'm working on, but still there's just a little bit of a trace of that initial red Conte in every part of the drawing, and that helps to pull all those colors together. And those of you who've ever done a drawing in charcoal where you've built in a tone and then erase, one of the nice things about doing a drawing where you're working with your eraser is there's kind of like this nice pairing of the fact that when you're drawing with your eraser and you're thinking about the movements of light, that you're drawing from the point of view of the light. Like, if you think about it, most of the time when we're drawing value, right, and defining where we see the lights and darks in a form, we're drawing with a tool that makes dark, right? And so we're drawing kind of with the value of the shadows in mind, that we think of the shadows as the things that define the things, right? So that's our bias, is how we're working. Whereas when we draw with like a white added, or we draw with an eraser, we are automatically drawing from a different point of view. We are drawing from the point of view of the light, right? We are actually drawing as the light moves across the surface. We're using a tool to make the light. We're creating the light, literally, with the eraser as we go. There's a cat locked in the playroom, and she wants out. But she's just going to have to wait till the end of this demo. Once again, Lyndon, give me a 30-second warning or so when we get close to 10 minutes.
All right.
So at the initial stages, you erase, but you can also come back with a pick towel to smooth out those tones. And like I said, as you notice, there's going to be just a little bit of a trace of that red still on that surface. Hello, love. I told you that cat wanted out.
All right, that's 30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right, we're going to end there. I'll work on this drawing a little bit more, and then sometime next week I'll do another demo video of the next stages. Okay, thanks.